Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be servicing this Honda Izzy. I've just given this engine a good old clean, so it's nice to work on, and I'm going to take you through step by step how I'm going to service it. So first thing I'm going to do is just check the oil that we've already got in here. It's not particularly dirty, but it's always good to just check, see how much is in there. So that's right on the mark, I'll show you. Just going to run this engine, make it warm, it will help the oil drain. While the engine is still warm, I'm simply going to take the dipstick out. Using a measuring jug, I'm going to pour out the old oil, like that. And as you can see, it flows quite freely with it being warm. That's it. Let's have a look, see what we've got in the service kit. A new air filter, genuine Honda oil, it's 10W30, and a new spark plug. So I've put the old engine oil in a bottle so we can compare the new to the old. Old engine oil is carcinogenic, so be sure to wear gloves. Okay, here's the new stuff. It looks like there's slightly more than 600 mils in here, so I'm going to measure it out. As you can see, the new stuff is lovely, lovely and clear. Using a nice clean funnel, you can pour the exact amount clean engine oil back in. As you can see, that's lovely and clean, exactly the right amount. Next we want to replace the spark plug. This step's very simple. You just remove the spark plug cover using a 21mm deep socket. You're just going to take the old spark plug out. Here we have the new spark plug and the old one. The old one's very sooty, dirty, and the new one can just go straight back in. Be careful not to cross thread it. Nice and gently. Should be able to do it up with your fingers. Helps if you don't have oil on your hands. That's nearly there, and then you just want to nip it up. Don't go over the top. It's only soft metal on the engine casing. You just want to carefully nip it up. That's perfect. And then replace the connector there. If you feel your carburettor is in good shape, skip to step 4. So now I'm going to have a look at the air filter and the carburettor. So I'm going to remove this cover here. As you can see, it's very dirty in there. This filter's fairly dirty as well. Now Hondas are very nice to work on, in my opinion. These are all 10mm bolts. Now I'm going to take the carburettor off. Once you've removed these 3 bolts, put your hand under here and just hold it to stop it from falling down, and you can take this other long carburettor bolt out carefully. And then this cover can come off like so. As you can see, the outside of it's very dirty, so I'm going to take it off, give it a good clean and then put it back. I want to use these gaskets, so just be careful not to tear any of them when you're taking this apart. Using some pliers, I disconnected the fuel line from the carburettor. I removed the governor spring. I then unhook the choke linkage and also the governor arm linkage there. Just remember which holes they came out of. So now I've got the carburettor on the bench, I'm going to give it a good old clean before I open it up. Firstly, remove the 10mm bolt holding the float bowl on. Now you want to remove the float bowl itself. As you can see, there's sediment inside. That needs to be cleaned out. Now you want to remove the pin holding the float on. It can be a bit fiddly. And remove the float itself. And with that, the needle valve will also come out. Give it a good old spray into all the orifices, all the nooks and crannies with the carburettor cleaner. Be sure to scrape any sediment out of the bottom of the float bowl and give that a good old clean as well. Using a clean screwdriver, carefully remove the main jet from the carburettor. It's only made out of brass, so be very gentle with it. So with the main jet, what you want to do is get a sewing needle or a welding torch cleaner, something like that, and just poke through the hole. Just make sure it's clear. Sometimes you can get deposits build up in here and it will stop the engine from running correctly. It might hunt where it's not getting enough fuel, or it might not run altogether if this is blocked. Using a Phillips screwdriver, I'm also going to remove these 2 screws, the idle screw and the screw on top of the carburettor. Clean inside the orifice with carburettor cleaner. Then you want to reinsert the screws, making sure that they sit in the same positions that they were in before you took them out. A good way to do this with the idle screw is to count how many threads sit the other side of the hole that it's going through. Alternatively, you could count how many turns it took to take it out and then make sure you wind it in the exact number of turns. So using the carb cleaner, I'm just going to spray all the holes out. Make sure it's spotless. Up in here where the needle valve sits, up in the main jet. Once everything's all cleaned out, I can then reassemble it. So I put the main jet back in the end here. There's also a pilot jet which sits behind the main jet. This also needs to be cleaned. In this instance it didn't want to come out, so I cleaned it in situ. This isn't such a problem because this lawnmower is running, but if it wasn't running, you'd want to take this out and clean this as well. Just until it stops. That's it. Then I can take the needle valve here, just inspect it. A way to check that this needle valve is operating properly is you can blow through here, which is where the fuel goes through. And it should open and close when you move the float up and down. So I've just given this filter housing a good clean. Now we can reassemble this. So we have 2 long bolts through here. This can be a bit awkward sometimes. So I start by feeding this through the metal plate. And I can put my gasket on that. You can carefully guide it back in, making sure all the gaskets are in place still. Again, don't over tighten, just nip it up. Lovely. Remember to reattach the air pipe on the back of the air filter housing. The last thing you're going to want to do is sharpen the blade. Using a bar, lock the blade in place. When you shave off the metal on one side, it's got to be balanced, so it has to be exactly the same on the other side. And then I'm just going to take the burrs off the back. While you've got the blade off, you can also inspect the drive belt if you've got a self-propelled model. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it useful in some way. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, add your comments. Yeah, thank you for watching.